Welcome to today's news update. Here are the 20 top stories we are covering. Welcome to the channel. Before we begin today's update, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to receive notifications for all our future tech updates. Rocket Bell. Ferrari reveals Luce, its first fully electric vehicle, co-designed by Jony Ive. Ferrari has unveiled the Luce, its first fully electric vehicle, co-designed by Jony Ive's firm LoveFrom and set for release in 2027 with a base price of €550,000. The four-door, five-seater sports car features a glass and aluminum design that diverges significantly from Ferrari's traditional aesthetic, drawing mixed reactions online. While some praise its retro, button-filled interior and tech-forward approach, others criticize the exterior as unattractive, sparking widespread debate among car enthusiasts. How owners of EVs from Bankrupt Fisker saved their cars with an open-source nonprofit. Electric vehicle owners from Bankrupt Fisker were able to save their cars through an open-source nonprofit initiative. This solution addresses a growing trend as other EV companies like Nikola, Canoo, and Arrival also face bankruptcy or liquidation, leaving customers vulnerable to similar issues. First electric Ferrari features aerodynamic shell wrapped around sweeping glasshouse. Ferrari has launched its first electric vehicle, the Luce, a large five-seater sports car designed by Jony Ive and Mark Newson's LoveFrom studio. The vehicle features an aerodynamic shell wrapped around a sweeping glasshouse design and was unveiled in Rome, Italy. Tesla is recalling its cheaper Cybertruck because the wheels might fall off. Tesla is recalling all 173 of its $70,000 RWD Cybertruck long-range models due to faulty brake rotors that could cause wheels to fall off. The issue stems from cracks in the brake rotor stud holes that may lead to stud separation from the wheel hub. Tesla has identified 3 warranty claims related to the problem, but reports no collisions, fatalities, or injuries. The company will replace the front and rear brake rotors, hubs, and lug nuts free of charge. 5 of the most common problems with electric vehicles. Electric vehicles face several common issues despite their growing popularity and improved technology. Key problems include battery degradation after about 5 years, high repair costs, and rapid depreciation. While many EVs offer excellent reliability for buyers with specific needs, prospective owners should be aware of these potential challenges. Government incentives and fuel savings continue to drive EV adoption despite these concerns. What will it take to modernize the U.S. power grid? America's power grid, largely built 40 to 70 years ago, is struggling to meet modern demands from AI growth, extreme weather, and increased electricity needs. Experts warn that deferred maintenance and lack of upgrades have created supply risks and rising costs for consumers. Modernization requires comprehensive upgrades across generation, transmission, and distribution systems, including new energy storage and high-voltage lines. The challenge is compounded by decades of minimal expansion alongside emerging technological and climate pressures. The electric car from the 80s you've probably never heard of. The Comuta-Car, an obscure electric vehicle from the 1980s, was produced between 1979 and 1982 and based on the earlier CD car model from 1974. With a top speed of 40 mph and a 40-mile range, it was designed for short commutes, rather than long trips. Weighing just 1,400 pounds and powered by a 6-horsepower motor, the Comuta-Car was lightweight and efficient, offering an alternative to gas-powered cars during the 1973 oil crisis. Combined sales of the CD car and Comuta-Car reached 4,444 units, making it the best-selling EV in the U.S. after World War II until the Tesla Model S launched in 2013. The AI economy could crash on mounting chip costs, and those token costs won't help. Enterprise AI chip costs are soaring due to explosive demand from AI training and inference workloads, with individual GPU clusters now costing billions of dollars. Non-AI chip expenses have also surged, creating unprecedented capital pressure across the industry. Goldman Sachs forecasts token consumption will increase 24-fold by 2030, driving even higher compute demands. Microsoft has already begun scaling back AI initiatives due to cost pressures, signaling early economic strain from the AI chip boom. E-bike fires are down, but riders still make one dangerous mistake: E-bike fires have decreased due to improved battery safety and certification, but charging practices remain a critical risk factor. Safety experts warn against charging devices near exits or using aftermarket chargers, as lithium-ion battery fires can spread rapidly with little warning. Riders are urged to verify product safety certifications and avoid blocking escape routes during charging. Bolivia's fuel shortages and junk gasoline drive a surge in electric cars. Bolivia is experiencing a surge in electric vehicle adoption as fuel shortages and the end of subsidies drive up gasoline prices. Citizens like Simon Huanca are turning to imported electric cars to avoid reliance on unreliable and expensive fossil fuels. The country's energy crisis has been exacerbated by its dependence on fuel imports and the depletion of foreign currency reserves needed to maintain subsidies. Scientists create global treasure map pointing to hidden rare earth deposits. Researchers from the University of Cambridge have created a global map identifying rare earth-rich igneous rocks linked to the oldest and thickest parts of Earth's continents. The study, published in Nature Geoscience, reveals these deposits are strongly associated with variations in the lithosphere, providing predictive power for locating new rare earth element sources. This discovery comes as countries seek to reduce dependence on Chinese imports for critical components used in clean energy technologies. Tesla recalls thousands of Model Ys at risk of missing a sticker. Tesla is recalling 14,575 Model Y vehicles due to potentially missing weight certification stickers on the driver's side door. The issue stems from a malfunctioning automated vision scanning tool at Tesla's Fremont factory, affecting vehicles produced between November 17, 2024, and April 21, 2026. Unlike typical Tesla recalls, this defect requires owners to physically bring their vehicles to dealerships for inspection, as it cannot be resolved remotely. Tesla has since fixed the scanning tool and implemented manual checks in production. Inside the lab, where Ford is trying to crack the code on cheap EVs, Ford is advancing its Universal EV project at a dedicated electric vehicle development center in Long Beach, California, aiming to produce a $30,000 electric vehicle by consolidating development efforts and prioritizing efficiency. Despite recent setbacks like the cancellation of the F-150 Lightning and challenging market conditions, Ford remains committed to EV production, with a focus on cost reduction through integrated engineering and design processes. The company's strategy emphasizes rapid development cycles by co-locating teams to enable quick iterations and optimizations. This approach represents Ford's effort to compete in the affordable EV market while navigating regulatory and financial headwinds affecting the broader electric vehicle industry. The big problem with electronic car door handles you need to be aware of. Electronic car door handles, particularly those on Tesla vehicles, have been linked to over 140 malfunctions since 2018 and 15 deaths, including a 2019 incident where a driver was trapped in a burning vehicle. China has banned retractable door handles due to safety concerns, while U.S. Representative Robin Kelly has proposed the Safe Exit Act to mandate fail-safe mechanisms and emergency access features. Tesla has begun including manual door releases in newer models, such as the Model 3. Ever noticed those lines on car rear windows? Here's what they do. The lines on car rear windows are part of the rear defroster system, which uses electrical current to heat thin conductive wires and clear ice and fog from the glass. These wires are either embedded in or attached to the inside of the rear window during manufacturing. Unlike the front windshield defroster that uses hot air from the HVAC system, the rear defroster generates heat directly through electrical resistance. Similar defroster wires can also be found in rear side windows of SUVs, and on some luxury vehicles' windshields and side windows. Cuba grid collapse. The situation is growing more dire, experts say. Cuba's power grid crisis worsened in May 2026, with widespread blackouts forcing residents to rely on firewood for cooking. The Cuban government blamed the United States for the situation, while Washington reiterated its offer of $100 million in aid. Experts warn the crisis is becoming increasingly severe amid dwindling oil supplies. The U.S. Embassy issued a security alert highlighting the deepening instability across the island. Volvo is trying to put its EV stumbles in the rearview. Volvo is launching the EX60 electric SUV in the U.S. market, aiming to recover from previous EV missteps, including software issues with the EX90 and the discontinuation of the EX30 in America. The X60, priced at $59,795, will be more expensive than its gas-powered XC60 counterpart, but less costly than the plug-in hybrid version, positioning it competitively despite entering a challenging EV market environment. Ferrari's first EV is a surprisingly practical 5-seater. Ferrari has unveiled the Luce, its first all-electric vehicle and the brand's first 5-seater, combining practicality with high performance. The car features 4 in-house electric motors producing 1,035 HP and 730 lb-ft of torque, large 23 and 24-inch wheels, and a panoramic glass roof. Designed in collaboration with LoveFrom, the design firm co-founded by Sir Jony Ive and Mark Newson, the Luce emphasizes aerodynamics and a futuristic aesthetic. Ferrari positions the Luce as a forward-looking model that maintains the brand's performance DNA while embracing zero-emissions motoring. Ferrari unveils first fully electric car. Ferrari unveiled its first fully electric car, sparking mixed reactions on social media ranging from harsh criticism to praise for its design. The launch coincided with an 8 drop in Ferrari's shares on the Milan Stock Exchange and a 5 decline in New York. Ferrari's polarizing new electric Luce is a bet on a huge, untapped market. Ferrari's first electric vehicle, the Luce, has faced harsh criticism online and from former executives, with comparisons to mainstream EVs like the Nissan Leaf and a 6 drop in stock price. Despite the backlash, Ferrari is targeting China, where electric vehicles dominate over half of new car sales and consumer appetite for luxury EVs remains strong. CEO Benedetto Vigna highlighted China as a key market for the Luce, signaling the brand's strategic shift toward electrification despite global EV demand challenges. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share your comments and feedbacks below. We love hearing from you. Thumbs up speech balloon. That's all for today's news. Stay informed and I will see you in the next update.